have to think of dance for that song.
Yeah,
Like a YouTube video.
Yeah. Or a TikTok.
Yeah.
Like one of Bertie's sexy TikTok dances.
A waffle shuffle.
I do love your TikTok.
JB Waffle. It's in the game.
Don't. That's in my news.
Oh, look at that. We should really stop looking at the same thing.
How did he guess that?
I'm really sorry, but I didn't look at yours at all.
Yeah, whatever.
I swear to God, that's 2 weeks in a row, though, isn't it?
That you never looked at what we're meant to be doing.
Yeah.
Stop sharing each other's Google Drives.
Yeah. Well, I have my own news, and I want to get like on the spot reactions.
Oh.
That's my thing.
Should we like react like as if you're after saying you're
Oh my God.
engaged?
Yeah.
And
My
clap our
age.
hands. You're engaged.
I am. No, I'm fucking not.
Oh, okay.
Your phone, maybe.
Yeah. How are ye?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to
good.
episode 29.
Hey, 28 was great.
Yeah, I enjoyed 28.
I did. I listened back this
Had
morning.
lots of fun. On
Have you
28.
any recapping to do for 28?
I don't think so. I don't think I made many mistakes.
Well, I got the name of the one place in the Maltese.
Oh right, yeah.
Oh yeah, you
give that
put
out.
it up. Yeah.
Just
On our Instagram.
give me a second there till I find it. I did send it to you earlier, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
You
oh
did.
yes, Platters by Lou.
I also didn't check it.
She does cheese.
Platters by Lou.
Platters by Lou.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so. Just
nice.
because we said it a couple of times last week and we didn't know the name, so I thought it'd be sound just to
Give them a little
name
shout
it.
out.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
I got coffee there yesterday morning, or maybe this morning.
Did you get cheese?
Can't remember. No, I didn't get any cheese. No,
Oh.
no. I still didn't notice the cheese.
No.
I was just at the coffee window, and again, wonderful as always.
Best kind of windows.
Yeah, coffee windows.
Yeah. So today is houses and whatnot coming up later on in the main waffle.
Yeah, if you're building a house or looking to buy a house or you bought a house and have regrets, is a good one to listen to.
Tips from the rookies.
Yeah, we've a guest, a special guest popping in.
Yes, new segment. Leanne drops in,
Yeah, Leanne drops in.
and we have a new segment next week as well. Shh. It's a secret. It's a
Yes.
secret.
We'll
He's
tease
been
it.
practicing all
I'm
week.
involved.
You have to tease it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No other recalls then. We've got everything pretty much perfect last week, I think. Oh, I do have a recall actually.
Yes.
Right. So 2 weeks ago, we did a shell bomb. A bomb shell. Yeah, shell bomb.
Shell bomb.
Shell bomb, yeah.
Can we talk about this shell bomb? Because it has been debunked.
Yeah, like when I seen it, I was like, there's no snow. But then I was like, is that just like a gap in my knowledge that there's not always snow in the North Pole? I don't know.
Yeah.
And then I was afraid to say anything because everybody else was saying it was right.
I thought it was too good to be true when I saw it.
There was no fooling Johnny though.
No, he knew.
There
A
was no
skeptical
fooling
man.
Johnny.
I'm skeptical about everything, so it could have been true for all I know. Like,
But I think you debunked it though, didn't you?
I debunked it. I sent you on a link. Yeah.
Straight away.
Yeah.
Uh,
It was cool though. Good graphics and good creative direction.
Beautiful.
Really nice.
And what did you say? Some Ukrainian illustrator, graphic person?
No idea.
No.
That wasn't the article he sent me.
I didn't read the article.
All right.
I read the headline and sent it to you.
We are shockingly bad for doing research.
Yes.
I'm the same as well. I pick headlines. I'm
Yeah.
like, this is my news.
If there's
Do you know
anybody
anything
out
about
there
it?
that would like a non-paying job as a
80%,
researcher for the podcast,
80% of the news is on the headline.
That's true. Yeah.
Also, 90% of things you read online are only true.
90% is
Yeah.
true. So
Yeah.
10% is absolutely
10%
false.
is false. Yeah.
All right. Okay, that's not bad. Actually, in
It's up to
fairness.
you to.
To weed through it
Yeah.
and actually see. Yeah, I don't do that. You see.
feel free to send your CV into the jbawfulhour@gmail.com.
What's the pay? A cup of coffee
Yeah, RT.
with waffle socks.
Oh, yes. Yes, waffle socks. Has this mysterious person in Minute ever got her waffle socks?
I don't know.
We have-
Neve has never got back to us.
No. They must have been delivered by now.
We'll have to track Neve down. Actually, you know what? I have her email address. I'll send her an email.
Yeah, just see.
Trying to find out if she indeed got the socks and is indeed wearing the socks. Well, just send her an email saying, "What are you wearing?" And that's it.
From below the knee.
From no one. Just what are you wearing?
What's on your feet?
We need to know. Oh my god.
Oh yeah. So what will we dive straight into the news?
Yeah, I want to hear your news.
Did you didn't do Darkness into Light? No.
No.
Last Saturday?
I was gigging. Oh no, I was at a gig in the 3 Arena on Friday night.
Tool. I knew that
at
was
Tool.
on. I don't think I got enough
So
credit
good.
from you for knowing that's where you were going because I knew they were on.
When did you say that you knew where I was going?
Because you put up that you were going, and I said, "Oh, you're going to the Tool gig," and you never even referenced that I knew where you were going without you saying where you were going.
Well, Oh right, okay. Well,
Because I knew they were playing.
You're a knowledgeable man.
Yeah.
I didn't know that you knew who Tool were though.
Yeah, there you go.
Jenny Mac.
No.
You out shearing the sheep, listening to
What?
Schism and
Makes me go faster.
makes you shear sheep in an odd time signature.
Yes.
Um,
No, Darkness and Light was good. It didn't rain this year.
Did you do it?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Well done, Bert.
Well, I walked it, like.
where did you do Darkness into Light?
Half a trim.
Right. Oh yeah, the trim one. Like.
So I was only in it for the free sandwiches and buskers.
I tried to do Darkness into Light. Last one was what 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
They didn't do it last year, did they?
Yeah, they did, but it
Oh,
was
did-
like unofficial. So like
Yeah, you did it by
I
yourself.
ran it in
Okay.
2018, 2019 in Navan from the rugby club,
Yeah.
the 5Ks. Then it wasn't on in 2020, and last year was like
2020. Yeah.
on the morning there was no organised event, so like everybody was just walking randomly around trim and aimed to finish at buskers at like 5:30, 5:15.
Right. Okay.
But this year it was organised. It went from the Trim GA club.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not sure if many people ran it, but we parked in well, I call it Ted's the car park, but I don't know what anybody else calls it. It's the one beside Ted Murtagh's, like.
Brogan's car park.
The which?
Brogan's car park.
Okay, Brogan's car park.
Yeah.
Whatever. So.
yeah. Yeah.
And we walked down like High Street, Mark Street, up Emma Street, and they were just going by the traffic lights, and we joined in there.
Wow.
Went out to Dublin Road, across the bridge, down Lackanash Road. Everybody else went left, heading back towards like the Porchy Fields.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But we went right and out Navan Road to circle back around to Marcy's to get sandwiches.
So Marcy's.
Yeah.
That place is lovely. Actually, I've seen
Rasher and sausage sandwiches. Nice.
have you tried the sausage rolls that are there? They got these.
I had
Oh,
one the
did?
other morning.
How comes they stopped doing the
Delicious.
toasties?
I've
They
never
were
had
nice.
a toasty out there.
Oh, they were nice.
The gourmet sausage rolls are
Oh, I didn't know
unbelievable.
Do you
the
like the
sausage
picnic
rolls
tables?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a cool setup. Is that you?
Yeah, yeah.
There we
I
go.
put them in there, yeah.
No way.
there you go.
That's a really cool setup.
good
I'm,
picnic tables.
I'm glad that that's surviving post-pandemic.
Yeah, not just COVID. Like,
Yeah.
No, it's the reputation they built up. They're really good community-wise and everything. They're really good couple.
Yeah. That's a nice little place. That. Yeah, we did Darkness into Light. It must have been then 2019, and we slept in, and.
so you didn't actually do it.
Well, we did. Myself and I've got two kids. We got up. It was hard getting them up out of bed. Got them up. I can't remember what time it was. It must have been 4:30 or 5.
Yeah, well, I got up at
Something like
3:30 now, and we started at
Wow.
4. Like,
Yeah. So I think it was set to start at 4. And
because
we,
it can't be like kind of light into more light. It has to be darkness into light.
Yeah. That's kind of the thing of it, I guess. Yeah. So we got up at when it was starting at 4, and we got down there for 4:30, I think. And we joined in at the top of the Porchy Field as well and did it. But yeah, it's a good cause.
Yeah, it was
Unbelievable.
amazing.
And
Yeah.
then just before you go into your news, we have no updates after today about the Offaly ladies for another 3 weeks.
Another 3 weeks. Okay.
We can't go into our Offaly ladies segment now.
Yeah, we can. I thought we were doing that now. Never mind. Go
Yeah,
on.
well, no, we're going to
news. Okay, news.
Jesus, don't pull that thing down without saying it to me first. It nearly hit me in the face. Okay, news for today. I'm going to start off with a big one. It was in your news. It was in my news. EA Sports is stopping making FIFA in 2023.
Does that mean that we can
Excuse
rob
me?
it now for the podcast?
What? Oh,
JB Waffle. It's in the podcast.
no, probably not. So they're stopping making the FIFA games, and they started. What was it? 1993.
No, they're not stop making them. They're just FIFA isn't going to be connected with them anymore.
Yeah,
So it's not called FIFA anymore. It's going to be called like EAFC Soccer or something.
Yeah, it's a different game. It'll be like Pro Evo.
Yeah.
Even though Pro Evo's actually pretty much
I'm pretty
dead.
sure they stopped making FIFA in 2015 anyway, and they just updated the game.
Well,
Yeah,
every year.
yeah. But it's those licenses that I think that people
But
play for. Though.
they've gone and got their licenses now of certain clubs themselves without FIFA.
Yeah.
So some of them are still going. It's not going to be like, remember when Juventus fell off it.
Yeah.
So there's still going to be some clubs on names and stuff. Because,
Yeah, I know, but it's still-
it won't be
It's
the
not
same.
going to be
It's
the
not
same.
the same.
FIFA,
It's not the
like,
same.
what are you
But
going to say now
they-
to lads? You're going to play EA?
They've got lazy in the last couple of years anyway.
But FIFA
Before.
have said that they're going to come out and they're going to make a rival game to it. So a FIFA football game. So that's the next thing that's coming now.
Superstar Soccer Pro.
Is that rivalry. And I think because of all those licenses, I think because of all those licenses that I think that'll be successful. They just have to get the right game maker. And here we go.
Bring back the trophy cabinet.
I'm gonna put this out here.
Go.
For 2023. I think that Konami are going to jump in and help FIFA make that computer game. So you're going to get a mix of
Mortal Kombat.
What
and
makes
FIFA.
you think this?
Pro
Now? Are you
Evo.
some kind of like
well, recently
forecaster?
I'm Nostrascottus. The Konami games kind of fell off a good bit as well. They started making this free kind of what's it like? What's that game? The shooty game?
Time Crisis.
No,
Oh,
but yeah.
Time
Oh, I
Crisis.
really wish they'd
Okay.
make that again.
Whatever the game is that all the kids are playing nowadays. The shooty.
Fortnite.
That's the one. Yeah,
Fortnite.
the shooty one. So it's free. You get the game free, and then you can kind of download content.
Yeah.
That's what Pro Evo became this year. And it's basically doing really, really bad. So I think that they're going to amalgamate those two things, because the gameplay in Pro Evo was brilliant, but the licensing thing was
Yeah,
terrible.
because you need the names. You do.
Yeah, so I think there's going to be something there. So that's interesting to watch
You
out
do,
for.
you do.
But rest in peace, EA FIFA
Terrible,
games,
terrible,
1993.
terrible news.
I've been playing them
I'm
since.
very sad actually, yeah, because they were a large part of any young lad's youth of hanging around with the lads.
Absolutely.
You always
Yeah.
said play FIFA like you never.
So sad. Anyway, that's my first piece of news. My second piece of news, did you know that the Eurovision was on?
Yes.
Yes.
Did you watch the Eurovision?
Yes.
No.
You did, right? Yeah. So in recent years, my interest in the Eurovision has, I think it was the Dust and the Turkey year that my interest started to wane.
Oh no, I don't watch it for Ireland. I watch it to bet on who's going to win.
What?
As
Yeah.
in you like Paddy Power betting.
Yeah, well, Ladbrokes.
You have a problem.
Yeah, no, you just go and you listen to all the entries and you're like, oh, that's a good song. I think that could do well. And you put a 10 on it.
When the fun stops, stop. Remember that.
Why, what's wrong with betting Eurovision?
And have you ever felt like betting more than a tenner?
No, I just put a 10 on it. That's my
You
thing.
sure now?
That's your
Yeah.
allotted yearly
Yeah.
Eurovision fund.
Yeah, I've won it twice.
Jesus Christ.
So who do you think's going to win this year? And don't say, if you don't say anything other than Ukraine, there's something wrong.
The Ukraine?
It very much, that's what I was about to say to you. It's very much looking that way, that Ukraine have kind of got a gimme this year. But Sweden have come out and said that they will host it for them if it...
'Cause they're
if
the
they
same
end up-
colour?
end up winning it. Yeah, I guess so, yeah. And Stockholm's class is the other thing. But what I want to ask you is, do you think that the music that is in Eurovision has dropped quality in recent years compared to what... Remember when Ireland were in it and you had like Lord of the Dance
Well,
and
like, then it was actually based on like voting for your song.
the songs.
Now
yeah.
it's a little bit of more of a performance thing, but also people tend to vote for their neighbours, which is a bit harsh.
Yeah.
What is it now? What is Eurovision? That's what I want to know.
It's all about looking after your neighbours and looking after whoever's cool at the time. Like I don't think Eurovision hasn't been the same since Mickey Joe Hart.
Yeah.
If Ireland couldn't
Yes.
win Mickey Joe Hart, they'll never win.
Yeah.
Like I think what was after Mickey, Jedward.
Yeah, yeah.
You
That
know,
went downhill
and
pretty
then,
quick, didn't it?
Yeah, so
Well, they had a couple more winners of the song for Eurovision or whatever. Remember that Mickey Joe Hart won?
I think that Mickey Joe Hart song was class.
Yeah.
It was brilliant. It was.
Got the
Where were we?
world
Where were we gigging? Somewhere recently, and that came on. The DJ put it on, and everyone went bananas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still, like. So I'm kind of. I was watching a little bit last night with my parents, and I was just a little bit nostalgic about Eurovision, but also
don't watch the semi-finals.
But a little bit, well, it was on, and I was like, what is that? There was a bunch of people in yellow costumes jumping around the place. I think it was the Norway crew. But, yeah, it made me a little bit sad that the music was nowhere near as good as it was when I think I was watching it last.
Yeah.
It's kind of fallen off a cliff
No,
musically.
the only reason we probably watched near the semi-final finals or something like that, because obviously I have a Lithuanian in my house and we kind of have a bit of competition. Usually Ireland and Lithuania get through, so there's a bit of
I like that.
an old
Is what
competition.
loser sleeps on the couch, like?
No, we just go to bed like totally normal.
All right.
We're not that hardcore into it, Scotty.
Loser has to get the
Quite
Irish flag tattooed in their forehead.
Quite
the-
awkward. Yeah. So, like,
We're big into Eurovision in our house.
just get a balaclava and man's arm folded with the Irish flag behind him on her shoulder, and fuck the guards on the other shoulder. Fuck the guardie.
What happens if you lose? You have to get like a Union Jack on your chest or something.
No, nothing.
It's a one-way bet.
Proper order. Okay. I'll bring you on because we could go deep into that one.
I won the Eurovision 3 times.
You won the Eurovision
You won.
2 times.
Yep.
I didn't see it on it.
Like betting, like.
Oh right.
All
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
What else? What other mad things do you bet on?
What do you mean? What other mad things you bet on?
Give me all of your bets. Like what other than horse racing? Is there anything?
I don't bet on horses.
Oh Jesus Christ!
I know.
Yeah, nobody bets on horses.
Crazy. Occasionally, I bet on horses. Like,
What's the oddest thing that you've bet on?
the oddest thing?
Like an event that you're like, yeah, this is kind of weird.
Really like the football. The guy. Eurovision.
They're all normal things.
Yeah.
Britain's Got Talent.
Apart from the Britain's Got Talent.
That'd be a bit odd. But there was. I did remember some weird things that people bet on. Paddy Power had them as bets, like I can't remember them now.
Paddy Power is very forward thinking. And you ever seen the Paddy Power advertising team?
Oh yeah,
It's great. Yeah.
They're unbelievable. What they
Even their Facebook poster savage.
just class,
Yeah.
absolutely class, top notch. Good stuff out of Paddy Power.
Kudos to them.
Okay, what's next?
My next thing is: did you see about New Zealand that there was protests in New Zealand? The New Zealand
About not being in the Eurovision when Australia are.
No, what is that about? Anyway, stop talking about Eurovision. There was protests in New Zealand, and in order to try and disperse the crowd over a series of hours, the New Zealand government played music out to the crowd.
Ronan Keaton.
No, well, they started with Barry Manilow.
Thank God it wasn't you
for
too, anyway.
hours, but this is brilliant. It wasn't working. James Blunt.
You're beautiful.
Tweeted the New Zealand government, and they got back to them and accepted his offer of playing "You're Beautiful"
No way.
by James Blunt
Live.
not live, but no, the recorded thing over the speakers at the Parliament, and it worked. They got rid of them.
Oh, wow.
Brilliant.
Did you ever
It
hear
actually worked.
What a hero! Yeah.
Did you hear
James Blunt to the
Did the piss
rescue.
take one of that?
No.
I was going to say, I saw you on the train. Oh, why you look at me, you weirdo? Did you ever hear that? No, that first time. All right.
We'll
You should look that up.
We'll put that up on the waffle thing for next week. So yeah, fair play to James Blunt again, and just a shout out to James Blunt and his Twitter skills.
He's cool though, to
Unbelievable.
be fair.
Yeah.
Yes, he's fantastic.
What condition my condition was in.
Last Offaly update this week.
Oh, ladies!
We got bet on Sunday.
Right.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, just didn't
We
rock up there in the first
we
half.
were following and we were really rooting for them.
Yeah.
They were strong.
Oh, they
Kildare.
were. Yeah, big step up now to be fair.
They came a fair bit now.
Yeah, I think they won the intermediate in like 2018, then got relegated back down. But they've been competing in the intermediate and in Division 2, I think, for the last few years. So it is a good step up.
So imagine what they're going to do next
We're only
year.
a Division 4 team this year, so.
And the Kildare team, are they quite experienced? The team that they have around it, are they all
like
right, okay.
what's your one? Grace Clifford scored like 3-3 or something.
Right.
She's quality, like, and she's well conditioned and stuff.
What condition?
Yeah, so
condition,
her
yeah.
strength and conditioning course, like, did you eyeball him from across the field? How did you get her legs like that? Look at
No,
those calves.
Do you have rivals in the
good
strength and conditioning?
well,
arena?
I assume every team has strength and conditioning, like, coach.
Ooh.
They done the warm up in straight lines, in one big line going out, but we're like 4 straight lines, so it's like whatever.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you would like if you'd meet another strength and conditioning coach, you'd like talk shop about. How
Oh yeah,
how
it's
you do your
good
bits
to
and
let it
bobs.
because even when people ask me things, there's no like big mad secret. It's just information.
Right,
and,
yeah.
and basically all the information you can find, there's no big secret in it. The biggest secret in getting the team successful isn't actually the stuff that you do or your qualifications.
Are
It's
you gonna-
you as a person, like.
Oh, right, okay.
And getting them.
Sorry, Steve Jobs would say different.
and getting you to buy into it, because everybody has done a degree or a master's, like,
Yeah.
in strength and conditioning. If you Google it, you can find out like what runs to do or how to calculate a fitness
So
test
you
or
can't
anything. So.
add your own touch to it, like as in terms of tactic or a technique of any sort.
No, it's just to try and be the people person and get them to like invest in what you're doing and getting them to do it to the best of their ability.
I just
So-
had a vision of you at home in your field trying to figure out a new stretch. Like throwing your legs around the back of your head.
Does this do anything?
The Bertie. It's going to be called the Bertie.
I'd love to come up with something.
Wouldn't it be class?
yeah.
Doing a stretch, then running and timing it. Or I'll get past it next time.
The Bertie. Or the shape of a bee with your legs wrapped behind the back of your head.
Grasshopper.
It will more than likely be episode 33 before it's back, because the All Ireland starts in 2 weeks.
Right, well, we can talk about Offaly ladies. There's still things that we can talk about
Yeah.
them.
Oh, yeah, if you want to.
I'd like to get a little bit more in depth into how you started the season and your prep for the start of the season. Don't waste it now. We can use it in next week or the week after. But
We did work.
Like
Yeah.
at the very start, was it like what? Like was it the Mighty Ducks? Like where, like, you know, like you came down to the ice rink and
I actually
there's
have.
just loads of people just
Okay,
like
if you're
drinking
going,
Red Bull. And
remind me to
with really shitty hair.
tell the story about the 28th of December.
okay.
And when we do it, because that's not
Do
what
do.
this is about. So
Can we also talk about the origins of how you got the job as well?
Oh yeah, that's actually a good story though.
Yeah, we'd love to hear that.
Love it. Okay, so that'll take us up to...
Good stuff to come.
Yeah, I like
so
that.
we can do that in one of the episodes.
Houses.
Yes, so we have the new segment then this week is Leanne drops in. So we're gonna. Well, Leanne unfortunately isn't available on Wednesday nights.
Oh.
So I recorded a session with her on a session. We weren't playing music or anything. I was a bit optimistic in saying that she could fit it all in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So in fairness to her, there's a lot of good information you guys have listened to.
She's a good talker, yeah.
So we know what she's talked about. So we'll talk about something similar, and then hopefully just pick bits out and add that in from her perspective. Because the reason I said that we take hers as well, because she's built a house where John has bought a house that's already built. And you're doing your crack, and I've been looking for a house as well. So
Yeah.
So it's kind of people for different viewpoints of it or whatever. Like,
All right. Well, we'll let Leanne and yourself take it away there.
To tell us all the places she's been and the things she's seen. Leanne drops in.
okay. So what's your top 5 tips now?
So, So tip number 1 is I advise to go to a mortgage broker and not the bank. And just to elaborate very quickly on that, in that a mortgage broker, I felt when we went. So mortgage broker is definitely my top tip, because if you're somebody like me who hadn't a clue and like totally novice to the whole bank, it's a very stressful process. It was the most stressful part for me anyway. And I just feel with a mortgage broker, we went in, we met, we said, you know, this is what we work at. He was like, there's your sheet of paper. Go get me everything on that. Bring it in and bing, bang, bosh, there's your mortgage.
And
I found that really helpful.
That's not someone that works with a bank. That's a separate.
No, it's a separate. And the other thing I didn't know at the time is that you don't pay them. So they will go and they look across all the different banks and building societies at what the best interest rate is for you to take out your mortgage.
Okay.
So he'll come back and he'll say, right, AIB is who you should go with, or Bank of Ireland or whatever. And then if you decide to go ahead and you go with AIB or Bank of Ireland, then, now this is to my best of my knowledge, I think that the bank pay the mortgage broker for giving them the business, if you know what I mean. But
like a referral thing.
Exchange money with them. Like a referral scheme, yeah. I found the broker brilliant because like that, I was working full time, I was studying, I would be the organizer out of the two of us. And so like, I just found it really stressful having to get like salary certs and all of this kind of stuff. Whereas he was like, this is your list, go get them and I'll do the rest. So that's tip number 1.
I'm going to write that down.
Okay.
Okay, 1. Mortgage broker. Okay, what's your next one?
Okay. Next one is take your time with the design.
Okay.
Don't rush it. And
that's,
try and think
that's
about...
like the back and forward with the architect. Like
back and forth with your architect or your engineer, whoever you decide, yeah. And just try and... This is all kind of the one tip. Try and think of the house that you want to be living in 5 years' time. Because I suppose, like, when we built this house, we didn't have a baby. I should have a baby now, and I'm like, Jesus, every bit of the house, he's going to split himself, you know. Tip number 3, I suppose we hired a contractor because, you know, unless I would, like, now come here, I'm not an expert at building. I've built one house and like the builders built it and I just paid for it. Yeah. But from my experience, unless you are somebody with tradesmen in the family, or you're a tradesman yourself, or you're savvy out, or you have the time, one of you of a couple would have the time to be like on site overseeing everything. Yeah. A contractor is the right way to go. Right.
Number 4 now.
Number 4 is the next one.
Yeah, number 4.
Shop around.
For contractors,
shop
like
around. No, for like furnishings and for sanitary ware. Like I think we went into. Am I allowed to name these places? I probably am I? Like we went into the, like, you know, the big retail shops like tubs and tiles, all those, and like you go in and you're like, I was like, oh my God, I want the whole bathroom. Like when I go into Easy Living and I see a couch, I'd love to have the money to go up to the girl and be like, I just want that whole set up there. Like I want everything from the couch to the rug to the lamp to the bookshelf. I want it all. Just bring it to my house, right? Yeah. But like, let's say you go into some of these shops and it's like, oh my God, yeah, you could have that bathroom there for $9,500, and you're like, wow. But then like when you go and you do the research yourself, you can actually, like, you know, get a much similar products probably at a best like at a cost effective price. Like I suppose my builder, he was brilliant really. He said to me like, you know, a lot of people go way off and they're buying stuff in Belgium and here, there, and everywhere. He said, if you like, you know, a particular brand of bath or whatever, he said, go down to the local girl who deals locally with local contractors, because you've always got a reference point to go back to.
Oh, definitely. If anything goes wrong, yeah.
Yeah, and I really got that, because we, like, on a side note, we tiled all of our downstairs, and I found that the hardest thing to pick was tiles. And we went in and we found like these beautiful tiles, but sure, they were mad money. And then I went into this woman, Nora, and she has like a little tile shop down in Middleton. And I was like, well, this is the picture of the stuff I like. And she was like, well, now I don't have that, but I have this. And it was similar and it was half the price. And then she was like, bring me in the plans again. You know, the way it was more personal. So
and they appreciate the custom as well, because they're close.
And they do. They really, really do. And so that would definitely be another one. And what, number 5? Oh, enjoy it. Because you're in it then and you're like, oh my God, this is the forever house and we're paying back this money, and sure, you know, we could all be dead tomorrow. So you have to enjoy the house you're living in too, you know. And yeah, just make lots of happy memories in it wherever you're living. But, you know, I suppose equally, whether you build or you buy, you know, it's the people that are in it with you that make it, you know. But sometimes I say to Alan, I wish I could pick it up and move it a bit closer to my mother, but I can't. So that's that.
There's always compromises in it, isn't it?
It's a good job I have friends like you to drive 2.5 hours in an apple tart every now and again.
We'll have to go down soon
yeah.
again. So did
Definitely.
you enjoy your comeback, and now you've a more regular slot whenever you want it?
The end drops in. Yeah.
Well, I bought my first house when I was 24.
Jesus.
And I bought my first house and I hadn't a penny in the bank. I was renting in Navan.
How did that happen?
It's an interesting story. I'm going to tell it now.
Sorry.
Excellent.
Sorry, do you want to carry on, or are you sure?
Yeah.
I was just about to tell the story.
You're going to tell? Okay, sorry.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Is this a dirty story?
No, I was living in Navan at the time, right? And I was paying ridiculous rent, same as Leanne was paying. I was paying ridiculous rent. I think it was like 1,000 a month or something like that. But I was on big money back then, and I was like, that didn't matter. Different now.
Jesus.
But I was spending me money every week. Like, I didn't have a penny in the bank every week, every time I spent my wages. But basically, I was struggling. I was getting to a struggling point where I was like, okay, I can't rent anymore. This is throwing money down the drain. So there was houses being built in Trim, 2-bedroom houses, and the father said it to me, oh, look at them. They were €169,000 to buy,
Jesus,
right?
when you think about that now.
Yeah. 159. So 159,000 to buy a 2-bedroom house.
What
right?
year is this again?
2014. No.
Oh, it's before that.
No, 2008, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
2008. Just
think it
before
was.
the crash, actually.
Jeez.
Because it was when I
Good
had the
timing.
black Skoda, because remember it rolled down your state.
Oh, yeah. That's another story. But basically, I rang the auctioneer guy who was a trim guy, and he knew me. And I said, look, what's the story with them houses? And he said, oh, yeah, you want one? I said, well, I can't. I want one, but I've no like money for a deposit. He goes, come on down for a meeting. So I met with him, and I said, look, yeah, I'm interested in one of those houses. I don't have money for a deposit, though. And he said, well, I want to sell you this house. Because he only had like 18 houses. He knew the crash was just starting. So I think he just wanted to get rid of the houses.
Get them out.
So he said to me, right, and I'm not going to say any names or where I was living, but he said to me, look, the house is 159. I'll drop the house to 149,000 and give you €20,000 cash to pay the deposit.
Oh my God!
I was like, so technically you're buying the house for 159.95, but I'm giving you 20 grand to pay it off.
Yeah.
So basically he gave me 20 grand to pay the deposit in cash. And then, so basically I ended up buying the house for 149.95.
Yeah.
149 grand, 150 grand, put it that way. And I got the 20 grand from him, and I paid the deposit for the house. And I was in within 3 weeks.
Jeez.
It was literally the quickest thing from me going, all right, I can't rent anymore, to me looking at a sign and coming to Trim going, house is being built or whatever. Within 3 weeks, I had signed the papers for this house. and my mortgage was $645 a month.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
And it was
And down
just
from 1,000, like for like
Yeah.
apartment and that.
and then I got a lad in to rent the other room, and he was paying like £400 a month. So
oh my God,
I was like, best decision ever.
that's
Although
unbelievable.
we had no sofas for the first few weeks of visiting John in his new house.
I bought a TV and a kitchen table and chairs from IKEA,
Nice.
and that's all I had for about 3 months, wasn't it, Bert?
Yeah, it was. We were sitting on the floor. Remember Saturday nights going back to your house and we were just sitting on the floor.
I had
Oh,
nothing in the
mad.
house. I think I had a mattress on the floor, like, because literally I had no money.
Yeah.
I didn't have a penny.
But you had a house.
Every time I got £100 spare at the end of a month, I'd like go buy.
Well, that's
something.
probably the worst thing about renting too, because
Jesus.
most of the furniture is in the place, so
Yeah.
you actually don't buy beds or couches or whatever, like, so you don't have that kind of stuff built up.
Yeah. And your man had, and I didn't have to put any money because I made the deal with your man. I said I wanted a show house ready, so he had put in the floors, he had fully painted,
Gee.
bathroom, shower, tiled, all that kind of stuff. So the house is literally just, I walked into it and I could live in it there and then.
That's incredible.
Carpeted upstairs. Oh, it was a great deal. I bought it at the right time
It's perfect.
because your man was trying to get rid of it.
And you sold them.
I
So
sold that then. Yeah,
what spurred you on to sell?
family.
Yeah. So
We
you
moved
just-
like basically. I met the wife and we had 2 kids, and sure it was only a 2-bed house, so it's either.
Oh.
You know, so me and the wife were in one room, and then Isabel was in the other one. Then once he came along, he was
Yeah.
in our room.
That was that, yeah.
So we said, look, we better upgrade.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Jesus, that was such a good decision, wasn't it?
It was
And-
good timing. It wasn't decisions really. It was just timing really, because I had the benefit then of that house then had gone up in value, and I'd half the mortgage.
Yeah,
paid.
what happens when you sell that? Did it coincide with you buying it? Like, does the money just go straight from who's buying off you to who you're buying off? Did the money come to you
Because
straight away,
I-
or was there a delay in that?
No, because I was selling the house with the same estate agent as I was buying a new house from. They timed it perfectly where
Just
someone
moved
bought the
around
house
money.
and we bought the new house. They sold the house and we bought the house at the exact same time, so all
Yeah.
the money went into their account.
So
They'd buy it, so they just
it's
basically-
it's kind of like the adverts thing or the Gumtree thing. Remember that you got done with the PlayStation?
Yeah.
The exact same time.
literally.
But that's amazing that it worked out that way. But it was a connection of yours that caused that to happen in the first place.
Yeah.
It was having the right, knowing the
It
right
was
person
knowing the right person
at the right time.
and also having a builder that was shady. Because that wasn't, I can imagine that was not legal,
Right.
what he did.
Yeah.
Because
Or what he allegedly did?
Allegedly.
Or what he allegedly did, yeah.
Yeah.
But I can imagine it wasn't, because, yeah. Like, I could have went bankrupt, like, a month later on. I literally moved into that house, I think I was in minus €4 in my bank.
It's
But that
amazing.
goes to show you that the timing too. If that was 2008, 2009, he obviously needed the money more
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
Yeah, he
needed to
get out of
trust
that.
in you, like, as well, like, you know.
I didn't think he cared.
No.
I think once he just seen me getting a mortgage. I got approved for the mortgage, I think, because the people that approved the mortgage were friends with the guy who was recommending I buy the
That's
house.
shady as
Who
fuck,
is
lad.
this guy?
It was literally fully just pushed through. Like, I was literally saying, well, I applied for mortgage today. Oh, you applied? Grant. Yeah, that should go tomorrow. I'll just ring him now.
Isn't it amazing? Like, there was a time as well. I was 18, I think, at the time. I just turned 18, and I walked into the Bank of Ireland in Trim, and I had it in my head. No, I think I must have been 19 or 20 actually. I had it in my head. I was like, I'm going to buy a car. I need a car, and I had feck all savings in the Bank of Ireland, but it was at the time. It was just there was money everywhere. I walked in. I was like, I want 15 grand, and they're like, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was mad, wasn't it?
I was literally getting letters. Do you want to take a loan out?
Yeah,
Here you go.
yeah.
I don't need a loan. Take one.
And aren't
Yeah,
you,
pushing the money on you.
It's the mad though, but lots of people got carried away with that, especially
yeah.
lads who maybe started apprenticeships and needed like a Jeep when you didn't actually need a Jeep and stuff.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
ended up a lot of money in the hole then.
A lot of trouble.
Well, a
came
lot of
out
young
it.
lads bought like Subaru Pretzels and did them up and spent 80 grand
Yeah,
on them,
fucking
and then
Nice.
crashed
still
them.
paying them
Then
off
crashed
to this
them, yeah.
day.
Yeah. No car, paying off the loans. Yeah, it's
And
horrific.
if you didn't coincide with your place being sold and buying the new place, how does the money go? Did you get like a mortgage for the whole new house, and then
Yeah,
the money that came in paid off that, or what?
I
would it
had to
work?
apply for a mortgage, and basically, but the mortgage was, how do I say the word, dependent, or like basically, if my house didn't sell, the mortgage wouldn't go through.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's
So
a
the-
chain, isn't it? Like,
So would you have to wait then to sell your house before you bought a house then, if it didn't if it didn't line up that way for you?
No, yeah, everything was lined up. So basically, if I didn't sell my house, I wouldn't get the mortgage, and the other house to be sold to someone else.
Okay.
So it would have been.
So you're
back to
just
day one.
lucky that it lined up. Well.
And because I don't know, will I tell numbers? I don't mind saying numbers.
Yeah.
Basically, the house
Beep.
I sold it for, I made 100 grand on that. But so basically, I could put that 100 grand towards the new house. So basically, our mortgage now is smaller, obviously, than it was before. We still have to take out a mortgage.
Yeah.
But basically, thankfully, the house that we bought now is worth more than what the mortgage was.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
I
your
guess
mortgage
it-
payments actually went down
Yeah.
because you had the extra money from the house, and because you sold it for more than you bought it for.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so
Yeah.
And
right place, right time.
In
Yeah.
terms of location, you've moved further away from, say, a commuter town, just a little bit, not by much.
7 minutes.
So if you were to
Yeah.
buy a house of the same size in Trim,
Oh, 100 grand more.
100 grand.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's all, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. 100 grand. Yeah. It's
And
ridiculous.
especially if you go up around Knightsbrook, they're really expensive
It's unreal,
because
isn't it?
they're pitched as like a really nice area or whatever. Knightsbrook, like
The house I
sought
bought,
sought after area, whatever.
the house I'm in now is a 5-bedroom,
Yeah, it's really nice. Yeah,
and that was we
decent
bought
garden,
that for
side access.
Gorgeous.
280, and in Trim we were looking at 4-bedroom houses for 380, 390.
And
That was 4-bedroom.
they're
That's
gone up
unreal.
a lot now as well.
Oh yeah,
Again,
yeah, sure. The new houses there in Effernock are 450.
Yeah, it's fine. Isn't
That was something. My parents are kind of they're both retired now, and they were looking at moving into Trim. That was the initial conversation that I had with them. Just they were looking like, okay, we're going to move to a newer build. They're in an older cottage. It's like a.
Did they build that or buy that?
No, I bought that.
Oh,
It was
bought
like
that.
it's a land commission house. It's been there since what?
Oh,
It's at the 40s
gosh.
or something. And there was like piece of bog and stuff with it. So it's an old house. They basically just put a frame up and poured concrete into it. That type of a house. So there's always stuff that needs to be done with that type of thing, and they're kind of getting to that age where they don't want to be doing stuff to their house the whole time. You know that way.
Oh yeah, lazy.
Oh Jesus!
I know, I'm only messing.
I'm going to bring you up to them now. You can talk to them.
They're listening.
They know who you are. They asked me the other morning. There's like, "How's Bertie?" It's like, you've never met Bertie in your
Oh.
life.
Do they listen to the podcast?
They do, yeah.
Oh, well done.
So they were just getting to that point where the house was kind of becoming
Aye, of
a
course,
bit
yeah.
unmanageable in the garden as well. I showed you that when I
Because
first started coming on. I was
They're
talking
all
about it.
nice ideas, like to live in the country when you're able-bodied to
Yeah.
do these things. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not on a bus route or anything. So their initial plan was to move into Trim like that, into a newer build, something nice and clean.
You're lucky they didn't do that, right? Because that's what my parents did. Once we all moved out, they sold a lovely house in the countryside, and now they're in the Belfry, say.
And when, that was a few years ago, was it?
Yeah, when I was 21.
Right. Oh, that's a good long
that's
while.
a long
Well,
time ago.
sorry, not that long ago.
I'm not sensitive on my age.
No, yeah,
Age is wisdom.
They're looking to do that. We're looking to do that like now or in the next year or so type of thing.
Yeah.
But the price of housing is just astronomical. Just can't afford to do that. Just wasn't a possibility.
yeah, I do look in Dundee, like, and
For a house?
Yeah,
No way.
Yeah.
Aren't you looking for like a log cabin?
and Daft as well. Yeah, well, I kind of browse everything, but you look at the prices. I mean, for Mead as a county, like the prices from like east to west of Mead, vastly different. Like, there's about 200 grand in the difference. Like,
I know. Sorry for interrupting. Now,
No,
but
you're okay.
I know a guy
another guy.
who knows a guy who sold his house in Tala for like 350 or something like that, and bought this villa in Cavan.
No way.
Swimming pool, like a giant house, a driveway that's about half a mile long, hot
There
tubs
are
and
some big
everything
houses
in
in
the corner.
Cavan.
Like
Yeah.
the patio goes out to the field. He has a couple of acres out the back with horse stables and everything. Huge house, literally. And he said he didn't say it was a regret, but he said that he only uses maybe 3 rooms in this house, and there's 16 rooms.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
But he said it's just insane what he bought out in Cavan, and he works remotely, so it didn't really matter where he
Yeah.
lives.
That's what I was about to say. That type of a move wouldn't have made sense for a lot of people a few years ago when you had to commute to Dublin. But now that
Oh yeah, you might only have to go in once a week or whatever.
everyone's remote, like you could, but those houses are going to go up in price as well.
Didn't some people like go to Bali or something during the pandemic because they're working remotely?
No way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just stay there
Just
for
stay there.
a month or whatever. Like.
Yeah, we had a few
Class.
staff that were from Mauritius, and they just flew back to Mauritius for a year.
Unreal.
Worked from Mauritius.
It's changed everything, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you a quick question. See what you think. I'm going to give you I'm going to ask you for a figure. So I'm 36 years old. I want you to try and guess how many houses I have lived in my lifetime.
Oh wow.
I'm 36. So how many houses do you think that I've lived in? Do you think?
13.
What age did you move away from
Okay.
home?
18.
Or when did you get kicked out?
19. Yeah, and then I went back again, and then back again, building the house. So I'm 36, and I left when I was 18. 19, yeah, 18, 19, somewhere in there.
Let's say it's 18 years.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying 13?
Yeah, because you probably lived in one more than a year, and then you moved back.
I'd say 11.
I have lived in 34 houses.
What, excuse me?
In my lifetime.
I mean,
your lifetime. You said from when you were 19.
No. He asked
In
me
your
when I
lifetime.
moved out. I said in my lifetime.
Oh, yeah. I wish to review my answer.
Are you going to say 34?
No, because I knew, I would have said more than 13 because I was thinking from 19 to 36. But you had said before that you moved around a lot when
out
you were
of
a kid as well.
curiosity, how many houses did you live in since you were 19?
Yeah.
The majority of them have been since I've moved since I moved out of home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Why is that?
But
Nobody like you?
I was
No,
in one of your houses.
Which house was that?
The one out Sarah's Road. Well, I didn't know it was there at the time. Remember you had the bouncy castle? Yeah, your man was doing up one half of the house and you were in the cottage. In Navan.
In Navan?
Yeah, out by Ora.
Oh, yes, in Randallstown area.
Oh, that's what it's called.
Yeah, that's a lovely little house.
34 houses.
34. Now, my parents moved around a lot. I told you they went to Australia when I was younger.
Yeah, because he's a secret agent.
Scorpio.
Yeah, Hank Scorpio. He killed someone the other day in front of me. He's actually just doing it in public now. He doesn't care anymore.
Oh, wow.
Contractor, was it?
No, it was just someone who cut him off in traffic.
Yeah.
He's lived his life. He doesn't care
He started
anymore.
screwing on the silencer.
It was so good that didn't get into the news. It was so silent.
Yes, exactly.
A silencer or a
Died of
suppressor?
natural causes.
Suppressor, yes. Exactly.
Natural causes with a bullet to the heart.
Bullet to the head. So, we'd moved around a lot when I was a kid from in and around Belfast.
Did that affect you?
I have this thing, right, and we're going to get all therapy now.
Oh, yes.
I have this thing where I've been living in Meath for the majority of my life now, but I still don't feel like I'm at home in Meath. I still feel like a bit of an outsider sometimes. And then when I go back up north, I could kind of consider the north my home.
So where are you from? Belfast?
Belfast, yeah.
And were you on which side of the Belfast were you on now?
I was in Glengormley, so it's kind of like up the north side of Belfast
Was
towards...
that Loyalist area? Or?
Yeah. Well, where we were, we were in like a Protestant estate, and that's part of the reason why we had to get out.
Yeah.
But
so are you Catholic?
I'm Catholic, yeah.
So it would've been
So
trouble back
Lisa McGee could have wrote a TV show with you.
Could have done. She still can if she wants. I'm available. If she wants to go out.
Well,
on a
Dairy
date
Girls
even.
only have 2 episodes left.
Well, there's a whole story. I'm
Happening.
sure you could tell us some stories about what went
Glentor
up
and
there.
Scotty.
There's a lot in that, all right. But that's part of the reason. Sorry, why we moved around. But I'd feel like when I go up north, then all the people up north are like, "Oh, you're a southerner," and I don't really feel at home up there either. Then, so it kind of feels as if I've got no home or something, and that's part of the reason I think why I move around quite a lot.
Yeah,
as well.
Because you're a bit of a traveller.
Yeah,
Traveller in the blood.
Just like moving about.
Like Tommy Tiernan.
Is he a bit of a traveller?
Yeah, he's been all over because his dad worked in Chagas. Sure, he was lived in Africa and Donegal.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Loads of places.
Yeah, me and Tommy Tiernan are basically the same person, I think.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Best buds.
Although in Dairy Girls he did slip in that he was from Navan in the episode, like.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, because the line was, and he could put in whatever he wanted. I think that's what he said.
Oh,
and he
nice.
just said Navan.
That's a nice little nod.
Nice.
I think he does consider himself being from Navan.
Yeah, even though I don't think he was in Navan that long, but it's probably because his dad still lives here. Maybe
Well,
that's
that's
why
big then. Well, then he is from Navan.
he has the connection, like.
Pierce Brosnan doesn't do that either.
Doesn't say he's from Navan.
I think he was on Facebook once saying he was from Navan.
Oh, right.
Yeah, remember he was in Navan, took a picture of his wife up there out in Athlumney.
Yeah.
I think that's the only reference he ever had. But
Did they... I know Hector's fucking family shop is just down the road there.
Yeah.
But did Pierce Brosnan live in Navan? Like,
no, he
as
was
a
born
child?
in Navan.
Oh, and moved away?
And moved over, yeah.
Yeah, it's not a Navan accent, that, is it?
Oh, definitely
No.
No. 007.
So where
Shaken, not stoned.
Oh, yeah.
where do you think that you'd be most at home if it's not here?
I don't know.
Music school.
Playing music when I'm on a stage.
Romantic.
No. I suppose that boy would kind of be home now. I'm starting to kind of settle into that idea, but sure, look, that could change at some stage. You never know. There you go. Don't analyse me.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to break me. I'm going to turn it to tears now.
Why are you sweating?
I don't
It's like
know.
Dr. Phil or
This
something.
is really uncomfortable.
Where did she touch you?
Show us on the doll, yeah.
So you were looking at, are you seriously considering a log cabin?
Not really anymore because you need planning permission for it. So if you're going to, because they changed the ruling on it or something.
Go all out.
So if you're going to get planning permission, you as well get planning permission
And
for a house.
So do you feel that you're going to build a house on your sheep's land someday?
I would build a house, alright,
Have you
if
got
I
ro-
got a bit of land beside us.
Have you got road frontage?
Yeah, but you can't build on where we live now because you won't get planning permission because the brother tried and the sister tried.
I
And
know a
it's,
guy.
It's the wee bend road down from Slack. So I would like to buy the field next to us. That would be nice. But anywhere around because
Oh, the Bull McCabe owns that.
it's my field. It's like I wouldn't like to move too much away, and that's not because I don't want to move away or anything, but you're around so long that most of your life revolves around that. So why would I move further away from Maynooth when I have a grand trip to Maynooth?
Mm.
Then I have the gym at home, I have the sheep home. So you don't want to move too far away.
No, well, you're settled there now. Yeah.
Yeah, so
What about building a granny flat or something like that?
yeah, you can always convert the garage and stuff. Once again, it's planning permission and money, like, so it's hard to know
Yeah,
what
but
to
you
do.
move into the big house.
That house that we stayed in Galway, if I could get that house and put it in a field beside me, I'd love that house.
And what's the issue? You're saying that getting out onto the main, you can't share a driveway?
No, you can't. No, because the driveway is like if dad was going for planning permission now, you wouldn't get it.
And you wouldn't consider just throwing something up and then asking for permission afterwards?
Well, I wouldn't mind, say, converting the garage because that's obviously not as much money.
That structure's already there, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. You just have to apply for planning permission to change the use of it to residential or whatever.
Yeah.
But if a house went up for sale, like close to where I was, I'd fancy it.
And I know we're kind of planning your life out here, but the is there room for another big shed gym-like structure on your land already?
Yeah, well, I was going to put up a shed for the sheep, and then I realised how ridiculously expensive steel I got last year.
Yeah. It's just stupid now.
So I got built my own little shed for the sheep.
That's timber. Like if you're thinking log cabin, just to bring you back to what I was asking the first about the log cabin, buying timber is way more expensive than even buying blocks
like,
at the moment. You just want to put up a proper house.
I think like some of the log cabins are like 35,000.
Oh, easily.
So like I'm thinking if I had 35,000, you'd convert the garage into a nicer place, I'd say.
Absolutely, yeah,
or
more
slightly,
secure.
Slightly bigger as well.
Something that a wolf couldn't come along and blow over.
But I
do they do that?
Apparently so.
Going down on Daft though, I definitely
down on Daft.
I definitely skipped.
That doesn't even make sense.
Daft is a person.
It's
Anyway,
not
sorry.
like your only grand fucking website. When I sent that WhatsApp back to you, I like threw up in my mouth a little bit. I was like, that's too bad. The only thing about Daft is when I'm going down, I definitely skip the houses that are in housing estates.
Really? You wouldn't live in a house estate?
No.
What's the deal there?
Why are you looking at me when you're doing that? I technically have a corner house, so I don't have I'm half in an estate. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have a house stuck to.
Although if there was a house that was going to convert me, it would have been the house in your estate. To be fair.
They're fine houses.
Yeah, they're nice now. To be fair, and they've got a bit of ground, and they're not savagely overlooked.
No.
Yeah.
You know.
No, they all have a green in front of them. Yeah, and no big looking behind either because they're all dormer houses.
There's one over near Kinnegad. It's a bit out of the way though. It's got 3 acres with it. That's what I'd be looking for.
Kinnegad's a bit of a spin, isn't it?
Yeah. No, well,
Kinnegad's not too bad from you.
It's 15 minutes for me. Like
I suppose for Maynooth as well, you could hop out.
yeah, it's the Enfield Road, and then you go to the old road to Kilcock, maybe.
Can we call this segment "Plan Bertie's Future"?
Sounds
If you
like
want.
a good song too.
Thank you. What'll he do when he finally grows up?
Well, listen with Leanne anyway, and between Johnny, it's probably easier, and I think banks like that. You go in, I want to buy a house. Oh yeah, that's no bother. But then building a house is probably more complicated.
So you didn't go in on your knees. I went in on my knees. I was
You
like,
went in on your
please
knees?
give me a mortgage, please.
Did you apply for your mortgage?
No, not as such. I just went in for a meeting and I said, look at my figures, which is quite embarrassing. And then they were like,
did you listen to what Tully's advice was about getting a mortgage broker instead of going to the bank?
yes, I did. Yeah,
Very good.
But I'm in a different situation now, which is grand. At that time, I was kind of I'm
Yeah, because what are you doing? You're building the annex for your parents and you're taking the house?
Yeah, so I'm building on. There's already actually planning there. They'd originally planned to have another section of the house built on.
Nice.
So there's planning that just needs to be what's that called?
Yeah, because it expires after so many years.
Ignited or something, or I don't know. For the structure that we're looking for. So it's building another full kind of house, 2-bedroom, live-in kitchen, and bathroom onto as an extension onto the current house, and then having a door between the two houses type of thing.
There was a house for sale on Daft there a couple of weeks ago, and there must have been about 3 families living in it.
No way.
There was 3 kitchens there. It was like a bungalow with another bungalow with like an L shape on it, and I was flicking through it. And I thought I seen the picture of the kitchen. Flick back, and it was like there were 3 separate kitchens there.
That's going back, I'd say, to the time where there's a load of Lithuanians in the town.
Oh,
16 of them in one house.
The must have been filled, that house.
Taking our men.
Waffle game?
Waffle game.
Waffle game.
It's that time, you know the name.
It's the reason we all came. Find the words that are the same. It's that time to play the waffle game.
Okay, so waffling this week.
Yes, you failed on the Liverpool players last week.
Horribly. Phil Babb. I can't believe I listened back today. I can't believe I missed Phil Babb.
No.
That was one.
So you are now challenging Johnny this week.
I'm going to challenge.
We're
Johnny.
rotating around the table.
Now I'm not. The last time I said, "Are you doing the time?"
Oh yes.
And are you also doing the ding as well?
I have a.
Or will I do the
do
ding?
Yeah, the one with the answers should do the ding, no?
No, the ding is when it starts and when it finishes.
That thing.
I can do the ding.
All right, you do the ding. Well, you just go for fucking 2 minutes then. So, what are you doing? You're doing the timing.
Yeah.
Oh, so you have to
2 seconds.
you have to do the ding then.
Yeah, but I don't have a ding.
I'll give you a
It's
ding.
on his phone.
I'll give you a
I'll
ding.
give you a ding.
Oh.
You dirty.
Can I just say ding?
You dirty devil.
I should have ordered a bell. That's what I should have done.
No, you're not allowed to say ding.
Search for bell on phone. Service bell, there you go.
Do I just shake it?
Did you go home and start dinging that when you
Oh, yeah.
like that? Ding, 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 ding.
Water. Ding.
Do I have to press it?
Who gave that fecker a bell?
Turn it up there. I probably turned down the volume because of the podcast.
Just stick it beside your mic.
Press it.
I have to press it.
What are you shaking the bell for?
Hey!
I just assumed it was an app that when you shook it that it would ring like.
Do you go into hotels and grab the bell that's on the counter and start shaking it?
Look, it has another bell.
Oh yeah, that's a shaky one. Yeah.
You're right, folks, please.
Which one do you want?
Ooh, I like
You want that one?
I like the little dingy one.
Oh,
the
hang
first
on,
one.
hang on.
What have you got? Titanic. Sounds like a choo-choo.
It is a train.
Very handy.
Are we going to go through all of the tones that are on that phone?
Yes.
We're trying to keep this podcast to an hour, lads.
Jeez Louise. Okay.
Okay.
Pick a ding, will you?
Thanks.
All right. Pick a D. All right. So, have you got the...
I'm nervous.
Yeah, okay, let's go.
I'm not going to predict anything. I'm just going to say it. Yes. After this, after the ding, you have 30 seconds to name acts that have headlined Slain.
Oh, U2. Stereophonics. Fateless.
Oh, good one.
Not Spice Girls. Bryan Adams. Kings of Leon.
Stop giving it clues.
Who else? Bon Jovi.
Your favourite band from the other week?
Bon Jovi.
How long's left?
Jedward.
Jedward. I'm glad it wasn't.
It's over.
Oh my god. He's shaking the phone trying to finish it. Okay, you did horribly.
You forgot Oasis.
Oh yeah, Oasis.
Did Oasis headline?
Yeah,
They did, yeah.
that's one of the ones I was at.
Did you hear the Liam Gallagher interview?
Oh yes.
That Eric Cantona story.
Oh, the Eric
Yeah.
Cantona one.
So
We
good.
should get him on the podcast.
Eric Cantona.
Or Liam Gallagher, whichever.
Eric
Let's
Cantona.
get both and don't tell each other when they're coming.
They like each other quite a lot, actually. Okay, so you got U2.
Okay, good.
The other acts that I had then were Thin Lizzy.
Ah, yeah, that was the older one I was thinking of. I was like, who would have played back at the very start?
Yeah, the lads. Queen.
Yeah, Queen.
Robbie Williams.
Mm.
And Madonna.
So you got one.
One, U2. That was just unlucky though. The ones that you did name were also
They were correct,
Headline
just
Slain.
not on your list.
Yeah.
just not on the list.
They
yeah.
were all at the same lane. That's the one I was at.
Really? Well, only one of those was a headliner then. the sleighing I went to, remember, was 2003, the year we left school, that summer. And
that summer.
I wore a lovely Inter Milan jersey to the Foo Fighters, Queens of Stone Age, Red Hot Chili Peppers were playing, and I came home without said T-shirt. It got ripped off me when I was crowd surfing.
But nothing on.
Nothing on. And I went home topless without my Inter Milan jersey, and it was gone.
Wow.
My favourite jersey.
Must have been warmer than when I was there.
No, I was freezing.
I was there, Kings of Leon and Oasis.
Oh, that was a few years later, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, yeah. I think Kings of Leon was like 2010, was it? Oasis 2012-ish? Or
Yeah, I don't know.
Somewhere around that, I know.
What would bring you back to Slane? What would be a big act that would bring you to Slane?
Unfortunately, they probably can't do it, but Linkin Park.
Yeah, that's probably out of the question, I'd imagine.
Yeah. I'd love to see Bruce Springsteen, though, to be fair.
Springsteen would be good, yeah. He's done Slane before, though, hasn't he?
Yeah.
What band did bring?
I would have went to Gareth Brooks there, but Crow Park is fine.
Now,
Billy Joel.
the piano man.
Billy Joel?
Seriously?
Joel or Joel? I have one of the biggest
Joel.
regrets. Billy Joel. I'm a big fan of Billy Joel.
Really?
And I've one of my biggest regrets is I had tickets to his show, that was on in 2015.
Yeah.
And it was 1 week before the due date of my daughter being born. So I didn't take the chance. Couldn't go. Yeah. But
A
it
whole
was
week, though.
It was my last chance to go see him live.
Is he not touring anymore?
I doubt he will.
Have you seen
He's old now.
there was a series on Sky, it was Brian Johnson going around interviewing people, and he'd go and sit with them and talk about music and blah blah blah, whatever. He did Mick Fleetwood and all the big lads, but he went and talked to Billy Joel, and it was amazing. He owns like a motorbike shop out in, what is this, not New Jersey, what's the place he's from, Staten Island, is it?
No, he's from
Somewhere outside of New York, I think.
Yes, I can't remember where he's from. I'm not that like a hardcore fan. I just love his music.
Yeah, he's great.
I like the story of Bruce Springsteen when they were doing Live Aid, when they were recording that. And all the big acts came in their limos to the studio and all that. And he came in his pickup truck and parked in, and paid for parking across the road and just walked in.
So Bruce, isn't it?
So Bruce.
But do you think that he actually took the limo to about a mile away and one of his handlers gave him a pickup truck?
It's hard because
Probably like a flying pickup truck.
he has like a ranch or whatever. I think that's why I like him.
He's so cool. Do you know his daughter
Lives out the road, yeah?
lives close to here?
Say that again.
Out to Kells Road.
Bruce Springsteen's daughter. She's
Right now, like
Like a stud or something, yeah.
she's into horse riding and stuff. And it brought her to Ireland. She lives just outside of Navan.
no way.
Yeah.
That is cool.
There's a fact. That's a
Jake.
shell bomb in itself. Shell bombs?
Shell bombs.
Bombshells.
Shell bomb.
Oh.
Not allowed to say that.
On the way over this evening,
Sorry.
I don't know if it's really a shell bomb or not, but guess what's back? Back again. The start of summer. What signifies in Ireland the start of summer?
Rain.
No.
More rain.
Leaving cert.
No.
Cutting grass.
No. Do you want me to just tell you?
No.
Bounty bars.
No,
let us
we'll be here
keep
all
on
night
guessing.
till we guess.
The start of summer. What's the start of summer?
And it was on your way over.
Yeah, in Ireland. It wasn't there last week. It's there this week.
The Wexford strawberries.
Yes.
Oh, right.
The trailers are back.
Yes.
Johnny's got it.
Do they go missing outside of Trim there? Yeah, that's where that one
Yeah,
is. Do they
yeah.
go missing during the winter? I didn't notice
Yeah,
that.
yeah. They, like when you're driving out the Navan Road or whatever, wherever the station around where you're from, and they're gone, you're like, oh, the summer's over.
I often thought that would be a class job to sit there selling
Well,
strawberries.
it's definitely better now that you have a phone that you can like do stuff on, like watch Netflix or whatever.
You'd want to be able to read a book or two, wouldn't
Jeez, there years ago, like say during the noughties or whatever, when you were sitting in them yokes with just a normal phone with Snake on it, must have been dire. You would have had like a
9,000.
CD man or a Walkman or something.
you? Yeah.
I'm hands up. I've never bought a Wexford strawberries thing. Nobody in my family has. We just not. It's
Really?
never been in a thing where we just stop. Why would you do that? It's all dirty and cars driving by and all the time. What's the difference to them strawberries?
You can't buy Wexford strawberries in supermarkets, no?
Yeah, they're from Wexford.
All right, yeah. You can buy them.
What's the difference?
They're just delicious.
Are they?
Yeah.
Like I feel like I
nice.
missed out.
You did.
Well,
Definitely.
Wexford's one of the best counties for growing strawberries in Ireland.
Why is that?
It's the
soil?
sun and the temperature. Yeah.
Because close to France.
Well, we grew strawberries for many years.
If
at home.
We grew strawberries too. That's probably why we always had strawberries at home.
Yeah, no, strawberries
Alright.
was nice.
Fancy
We had
Poor family.
the summer the summer crop and then the winter crop. so you were able to sell them all year round.
Jesus.
Once I have the greenhouse up and running, I'll be
Yeah.
growing strawberries.
Lovely.
Yeah, no, they're nice.
Good Kildalkey strawberries.
Yeah, the sign outside. Where do you live? No, better not say where you live.
Yeah,
People be going
all
over
of our
trying to get
listeners will
strawberries.
be over your house.
Yeah.
Strawberries, please.
all 42 of them.
Yeah, it'll be me. Don't reveal the number. It'll be me and you sitting outside his house. Listening to the podcast.
Anybody else some shell bombs?
I do have a shell bomb. Yeah,
Oh.
do you have one?
Nope.
Okay.
No.
Um,
None today.
why did the chicken cross the road?
To pick up her eggs.
Damn it! Just say what it's meant to be.
Oh, to get to the other side.
the other
Okay,
side.
so you know that joke, obviously. I found out this week that there is another meaning, the actual meaning to that joke.
Oh, yes, interesting.
So it's not for the chicken to get to the other side of the road.
Mm.
The meaning of that to get to the other side is that the chicken gets hit by a car, and it goes to the other side,
Oh, into the light.
as in to death. That's the actual meaning of that joke. It's not to get to the
Oh.
other side of the road.
I prefer the other way.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm very sad that I found this out.
That's like when they say about the piggies.
What?
This little piggy went to market.
We're going to finish on this now, so you better.
Well,
this better be good.
I got one actually. Now that you're saying about that saying,
Okay.
You never let
do you
me
want to
finish.
finish yours there?
Sorry. This is like the tea
No,
thing.
I'm going to get Bertie to finish here. But if it's about tea, we have to move on.
No, it's not.
Did you notice the
We're
cut-off, by the
short-
way?
We're short on time.
Did you listen to the section when you started talking about the tea last
Yeah,
week,
you
and I just cut it off?
Bastards. Someday I will get that finished.
We just haven't got enough time for tea.
Yeah. So what was your one? Piggies going to market?
Yeah, do you know the way that rhyme? This little piggy, whatever.
Yeah.
And then the last little piggy went to market. He didn't go shopping He went to get killed He went
Yeah,
to
the
market.
market.
This little piggy went home.
Like
This little
he's
piggy
hung
went,
up,
went
like.
but this little piggy had none, and this
Yeah.
little piggy went wah, all the way home.
Yeah, but there's one that this little piggy went to market.
Oh,
They should show
yeah.
that video and stuff.
Yeah.
Just have that as part of the nursery rhyme.
Okay, what's John going to finish on? It better be better than that.
A common misconception, same with the chicken cross the road thing,
Yep.
is people are like you ever see a carpenter or a workman, and he comes out and he's, oh yeah, jack of all trades.
Oh yeah, I like that
But
one.
Oh,
but
master of
that's
none.
like he's a master of none is the finishing part of that.
Yeah.
And you're like kind of well, are you jack of all trades but not what? What are you?
No, that there's an extended version of that as well.
Go on, show us. Tell us.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's jack of all trades, master of none, but it's better to be something. I can't remember what that says.
Oh,
Better to
no,
be-
go on.
Yeah, it's
Search
better
it,
to
search it,
be
search it.
master of one than a jack of one.
No,
What?
hold on.
Someone was talking about that. I heard that recently somewhere.
Yeah.
I can't remember where that was. Something I was either watching or listening on the radio, and they were talking about that. And I remember them saying that wasn't the finish of that saying. And I was like, and I heard it, but can't remember where I heard it.
All right, here we go.
Go.
We finishing this one?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, the full phrase is a jack of all trades, a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one.
Shellbum.